In the heart of Africa, where the savanna stretches endlessly and ancient baobab trees whisper secrets of old, there lay the kingdom of Nyaruna. This land, blessed by the gods and rich in tradition, was ruled by the wise and fearless King Jabari. His people lived in harmony, their days filled with the rhythms of drums, the chants of elders, and the laughter of children playing in bustling markets. King Jabari had two sons, as different as the sun and moon. The elder, Kamau, was a quiet warrior, his eyes reflecting the wisdom of the ancestors. The younger Baraka, whose name ironically meant blessing, carried a storm of ambition in his heart. Both princes wore the finest kente cloth, adorned with beads and cowrie shells that spoke of their royal lineage. As the years passed, King Jabari grew old and frail. The time had come for him to choose an heir. The people of Nyaruna whispered excitedly in their huts and around cooking fires. Surely, they thought, noble Kamo would ascend to the throne. He was loved by all, from the fishermen who cast their nets in the river Moyo to the traders who traveled far and wide. But in the shadows of the royal palace, Baraka's envy festered like a wound. He watched as his brother was showered with praise and adoration. Why him? Baraka would mutter, his fingers tracing the intricate patterns on his spear. Am I not also a son of Jabari? One fateful night, as the moon hung low and full over the kingdom, King Jabari fell gravely ill. The royal drums beat out a somber rhythm, calling the people to pray for their beloved ruler. In the village of Ketela, the capital of Nyaruna, Mama Nia, the kingdom's revered priestess, prepared sacred herbs and chanted ancient incantations. Kamo knelt by his father's bedside, his strong hands gently holding the king's frail ones. Father, he whispered, the people need you. Please, fight this sickness. But Baraka stood in the corner, his mind racing with schemes and plots. As dawn broke, painting the sky in hues of orange and gold, Mama Nia emerged from her hut. Her eyes, wise beyond measure, scanned the anxious faces of the villagers. The gods have spoken, she announced, her voice carrying on the wind. They will guide us in choosing the next ruler of Nyaruna. The news spread like wildfire across the kingdom. In the marketplace, women selling yams and cassava debated the merits of each prince. By the river, fishermen paused in their work to share their thoughts. Kamau has the heart of a true leader, many said. But others whispered Baraka has ambition. Perhaps that is what Nyaruna needs. As the day of succession drew near, Baraka's desperation grew. He knew in his heart that the people favored Kamau. In the dead of night, he sought out a forbidden sorcerer who lived in the outskirts of the kingdom. Give me the power to rule, Baraka demanded, offering a pouch heavy with gold. The sorcerer, his face hidden beneath a mask of animal bones, cackled. Power comes at a price, young prince? Are you willing to pay it? Baraka nodded without hesitation, his eyes gleaming with desire. On the eve of the great ceremony, as the kingdom prepared for celebration, tragedy struck. King Jabari, beloved ruler of Nyaruna, breathed his last. The kingdom was plunged into mourning. Drums that once beat with joy now echoed with sorrow. Women wailed, their voices carrying across the savannah. Amidst the grief, Baraka saw his opportunity. He whispered lies into the ears of the council elders, speaking of Kama's supposed weakness and his own strength. He planted seeds of doubt about his brother's ability to lead. The day of succession arrived, and the people gathered at the foot of the great baobab of truth, the sacred ancestral shrine. Mama Nia stood before them, her staff adorned with feathers and shells. The gods will show us the way, she declared, her voice ringing out across the assembled crowd. But before the ceremony could begin, Baraka stepped forward. I have a revelation, he cried out. Last night, our father's spirit came to me in a dream. He told me that I am to be the next king of Nyaruna. A gasp rippled through the crowd. Kalma, standing tall and proud, looked at his brother in disbelief. Baraka, he said softly, why do you speak such falsehoods? But Baraka's words had sown confusion. The elders murmured among themselves, unsure of how to proceed. Mama Nia's eyes narrowed as she studied the younger prince. She could sense the dark magic that clung to him like a second skin. As the sun reached its zenith, casting no shadows, Mama Nia raised her staff. We shall consult the ancestors, she announced. Let the truth be revealed. She began to chant, her voice rising and falling like the waves of the distant ocean. The air grew thick with tension. Suddenly, a great wind swept through the gathering, causing the leaves of the baobab to rustle violently. In that moment, a blinding light emanated from the tree. The spirit of King Jabari appeared before his people, his form shimmering like heat on the savannah. His eyes, filled with sadness and wisdom, fell upon his sons. "My children," the spirit spoke, his voice echoing across the land. "I have watched from the realm of the ancestors. Baraka, my son, your heart is clouded with jealousy and greed. You have betrayed not only your brother, but the very spirit of Niaruna." Baraka fell to his knees, the weight of his deception crushing him. The sorcerer's magic melted away, revealing the darkness that had taken root in his soul. King Jabari's spirit turned to Kamau. "My firstborn, your heart remains pure. You have shown patience and wisdom beyond your years. It is you who shall lead Niaruna into a new era of prosperity." With these words, the spirit faded, leaving behind a stunned silence. Then as one, the people of Niaruna erupted in cheers. "Long live King Kamau," they cried, their voices carrying to the heavens. "Baraka," he said gently, "you are my blood. Despite your actions, I cannot cast you out. Let us heal this rift between us and rule together, as our father would have wanted." Baraka looked up, tears streaming down his face. For the first time in years, the bitterness in his heart began to melt away. He took Kamau's outstretched hand and rose to his feet. As the new king was crowned beneath the baobab of truth, the people of Niaruna rejoiced. Drums beat out a rhythm of hope and new beginnings. Dancers moved in graceful circles, their feet kicking up dust that glittered in the sunlight. And so, the kingdom of Niaruna entered a new chapter. Under the wise rule of King Kamau, with Baraka by his side as a trusted advisor, the land prospered. The story of the two brothers became a legend, passed down through generations as a reminder of the power of forgiveness and the true meaning of leadership. For in the end, it was not the throne that mattered, but the hearts of those who sat upon it. And in the shade of the great baobab, where the ancestors watched over their children, peace reigned in Niaruna for many years to come.